What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 45, season 4 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me as always is Jmack Gaming.
What do you mean, as always? What do you mean by that?
I mean,
what do you mean by that?
Here, I'll say it again, and I'll tell me where you're confused.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
Okay, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Wow. We had SmackDown in North Carolina, so that's why we're holding Raw here live in Columbia, South Carolina at the Colonial Life Arena. Chad, can you? What's your favorite fact of Columbia, South Carolina?
Did you know that the town bird is the Canadian chickadee?
The Canadian chickadee?
Yeah.
Why is the Canadian chickadee the town bird of a South Carolina city?
Because you see, those birds, they fly to this town from Canada.
They're doing
to migrate, and they breed and they nest, and then they hatch their young, and so that's why, because it's such a beautiful experience, and it's really why you come to Columbia, South Carolina, other than to see Monday Night Raw.
Okay, that's fair. I get that. That's cool. The wrestling industry right now in the United States is failing or falling. I can't read. Is that a factor of WCW pooping the bed every week? We don't know, but it's not helping.
I mean, that's pretty impressive if it is. Like, to be honest, like, that's pretty metal if that's true. Well, I'll take it.
The economy's going up because they're not spending money on WCW product anymore either. So, look, you're helping out the economy by getting 83s every week. Should I just run in India?
Sure, fuck it.
No, we're going to run in the Southeast here tonight. Dude, we have 99 pop. Dude, this is gross. This is gross. I hate it. Canada, we are falling a little bit. I don't know how to get the Maritimes up. I don't know how to do it. It stays in the 79s the whole time. Okay. That's all right. Enough with that. Let's start the show, Chad. Pre-show action here tonight, Chad. Edge and Christian with their Canadian friends, Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton, just to get them back into ring shape. They told them backstage, hey, just watch what's going on in the ring. Watch it when we wrestle. Just watch us go, go through the motions out there. And Martin and Burton. Gabriel Martin or Dylan Burton. What's their name? Dylan Martin. Oh, my God. Am I okay? Dylan Martin actually stepped down from the ring apron and took out a notepad and started writing stuff down, Chad. When Edge was running the ropes and when he hit the leaping DDT followed by the missile dropkick to put away John Berger. A nice little pre-show here. Edge, new picture.
Yeah, that is a new picture.
I probably said that last week, but oh well. Edge, new picture.
You did. That's fun. Yeah, Edge, new picture. And good for the pupils, Martin and Burton, taking notes and truly learning from one of the best tag teams.
The best tag team. It's having fake generated guys like Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton. It's you give them a new character. You can't really base their characters on someone in real life because they don't exist in real life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out John Berger.
Shout out John Berger.
The hair of Burger King. I've just found that out, by the way.
Oh man, he's sitting on a big gold mine then.
Mm-hmm. He's with Double J. He's the hair of Burger King. I was going
to say, he's living large and in charge right now.
Look how happy he is. He's the richest man in professional wrestling.
I don't blame him. I do think it's kind of mean that he bought the Canadian guy an eye patch. He gave that one guy sunglasses for the team to look cool, but then forgot his own tag team partner sunglasses.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of what? Okay, time. Ian McGregor's cool. Test. A 54 out of the man. Am I okay?
That's not bad.
Has he ever gotten a 54?
I don't think so.
I gotta go look. I'm really confused now because I feel like he's never been good. Oh, what am I doing? 50s the whole he was former like remember when he was like part of the I don't know if I still have the match results for that because it's a new game. But he's part of Team TNA. Oh yeah, right there. That's still part of it. Dude, he never really did anything after that, but wow. Wow. Ace, Steel, Test, Joy Matthews, Sultan, and Tyson Dull. And PJ Black was also part of the group. And now look at PJ Black. World champion.
Look at him.
World champion. And what's Test doing? He's beating up Ewan McGregor on the pre-show. Wow. How some people are good and some... Man, he has really gotten better, hasn't he? All right, well, Test, welcome to the big leagues, brother. I didn't know you had this in you. I didn't know you had. I wasn't familiar with your game.
Listen, Test having a great tryout today.
Speaking of tryouts, welcome Maria Flair, Chad.
Oh, is that the daughter of Ric Flair?
She's here. She recently graduated the what was it? Tough Enough? Was it? Or something. She came up from one of the dojos. I just realized my mic's a little too loud. And she defeated Mischief in 7:45 with the Jamie Noble No More Knee.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Good for her. Shout out Maria Flair, Chad. What do you know about her?
Listen, hopefully she follows in her father's footsteps of greatness.
That's not her dad. Stop ruining the gimmick here, Chad. There goes that storyline.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be Rick's long lost daughter.
Oh, I fucking.
And he's gonna have to come out of retirement for her.
Oh,
no, I'm joking. I'm just fucking with you. All right, let's start the show, Chad. Can you make a couple firework noises? Yeah, that was cool. That's cool. Here comes the McMahon Black Dynasty. I always mix which one I say first. I type out BMD every time, but it's McMahon. It doesn't matter, Chad. And they are here tonight. Vince, they come out. They laugh, Chad. They laugh about injuring Kurt Angle last week. And even though they injure him, Chad, Vince McMahon, this is a short and sweet angle right here. He books 2 main event matches tonight, Chad, to even put even more hurt on Alex Wright. Vince says even though Angle is hurt, he's still medically cleared to wrestle. I think Vince has the doctor. I think he's bribing the doctor to medically clear Kurt Angle. Hint, 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 hint. So even though he's hurt, he's still medically cleared and still a WWE superstar. So tonight, we're getting Alex Wright and Psychosis. And then we're getting our main event match. Well, one of our main event matches. Kurt Angle has to somewhat compete with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. McMahon, they're just trying to put on more hurt leading up to Alex Wright, PJ Black at Judgment Day. Unification title match. All the titles are on the line. We move on. Chris Jericho and Teddy Hart. Maple Leaf Wrestling or Grappling. They call out Randy Orton and Mike Tyson. They want a tag team match to shut Orton and Tyson up next week. But the Jericho specifically wants the self-proclaimed future of WWE in a match, a singles match at Judgment Day. Chad, will Randy Orton accept the challenge from our Canadian king, Chris Jericho?
I hope so.
Me too. That would be dumb. No, it wouldn't be dumb. It would be pretty smart because Randy Orton is a coward. We move forward. We got a tag team match. Our number one contenders, the Basham Brothers. They're going to be number one contenders for the rest of their life, I think, at this rate. They defeat Roland to Paris of Air Paris and Roland Hard in 12:07 when Danny Basham pins Roland Hard with a pound driver. Chad, I looked up your developmental tag team champions so we can stop lying about Kenny Omega and Carly Clem being champions. They never were.
Oh.
They never were. Your tag team champion right now are Reno and Halloween.
Interesting.
And your world champion is Halloween.
Well, it might. Well, it might still in kayfabe be Carly and Kenny.
That's boring, though. Come on, everything's in the game. You got to run with it. If it's in the game, you got to run with it. You'll find out later tonight on Monday Night Raw. If it's booked, you have to run with it. You got to make a story out of it. All right, we move forward. Chad, we're backstage, and Booker T's walking through backstage, and he sees a familiar face walking the opposite direction. It's Scott Steiner.
Hell yeah.
And they lock eyes, and they're pretty happy, Chad. Booker T runs into his former Gentlemen's Club member, Scott Steiner, and, they hang out. And Scott's like, Booker! And then that's it. And they hug.
Wow.
They hug right after that, Chad. They hug right after.
I didn't know Scott Steiner had such a way for words.
Yeah, of course. He's Scott Steiner, baby.
Scott Steiner.
All right, we're here at the week 2 of the trial of Chad v. China. It's time for witnesses, Chad. And Chad Collier, his witness is Lenny Lane, former European champion. And Lenny Lane's asked questions about Chad Collier's intentions. Everyone famously knows that Lenny Lane and Chad Collier are best friends. Mostly because they have double letters in their first and last name. Lenny Lane, Chad Collier.
It's an elite club.
It's an elite club. And Chad's like, well, Lenny, I was with you that night, right? Right? September 14th, 2002. The days they said I was stalking them at the movies. Let's roll the clip. And it's a poorly edited video of Lenny Lane and Chad Collier hanging out together at Lenny Lane's house. But it's clearly Photoshopped Chad's face over someone else's body, Chad. And it might not even be from that time. And Chad's like, that's
ludicrous.
That's all I need to show right there. Right there. That's enough proof that I was not at the scene of the crime. Order in the court, because China was yelling, that's bullshit. That's not true. And then China comes on, and Fig, and their witness is JBL. And JBL says, well, I don't know why you called me up here. I have no idea what's going on here. I have no involvement to any of these parties in this case at all. Hell, I don't, who the hell's Fig anyway? You guys are wasting my time. I'm trying to become a WWE champion. I am the wrestling god, and I'm here dressed up to the 9s and 10s in a court case with 4 fellas I don't even care about. I have no idea what they're here about. Judge, can I leave now? And the judge is like, this is your witness, guys? Really? And Fig's head's in his hands. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then JBL says, thanks for the money, guys, but I'm leaving. And he leaves. And China's like, oh no. Their case has gone through the floor.
Hell yeah.
Their star witness. Right. Their star witness.
Thank God the criminal justice system did its job today.
We'll find out the aftermath of the trial next week, Trent.
I'll tell you the aftermath of the trial. It ends with me being a free man.
All right, we move on. We got a match right here. It's Toshi Uematsu taking on Linda Miles, and Toshi Uematsu wins in 7:04 with a frog splash. 79 and a 28. Good for this match.
I thought you were going to say Linda McMahon, and I was like hyped as fuck for a second.
You thought Linda McMahon was getting in the ring with Toshi Uematsu?
I thought Linda McMahon was just throwing down tonight, just unannounced.
No. It's Linda Miles, former WNBA basketball player. We saw her a couple weeks ago when Lita defeated her, and now Toshi Uematsu defeats her even quicker, and her and Nagayo leave the ring, and they laugh about how easy that was, and how easy possibly that match with Lita will be for Toshi Uematsu at Judgment Day, Women's Championship on the line. Our next match, Chad. I think I did this in the order correctly. It's one of our main events tonight. It's Alex Wright, No, it's not. It's Kurt Angle and Mark Henry. I swapped them around. But first, these guys, Black McMahon Dynasty, they're gloating because Angle isn't going to come out. He's too hurt. He's not going to come out. And even if he does, he's going to get absolutely demolished. And just like that, Kurt Angle makes his way down in the ring. He's in crutches, Jen. He's hurt. Yeah. He's not great. He limps down to the ring. He's on crutches. PJ Black fucking spin kicks it, the crutches away, and Kurt Angle just falls.
Oh no!
And they're all laughing. They're all laughing at poor Kurt Angle, and then Kurt Angle, some Psychosis lifts him up, and Mark Henry puts him in his head, or Mark Henry lifts him up, and Kurt Angle just looks at Mark Henry and smiles. The man was faking it the whole time. He starts attacking Mark Henry, throws Psychosis and PJ Black out of the ring, and we got a match. And in a great match right here, Kurt Angle defeats Mark Henry, making him tap out with an ankle lock. Kurt Angle is playing possum the whole time, Chad. No one's going to kill the Olympic wrestling machine.
Exactly.
Backstage, Kana says, no one's ready for Kana, not even The Undertaker, LOL. And then she gets yelled at by management because she jumped brands without telling anyone and attacked The Undertaker for some reason.
Damn.
Oh, we got a match right here, Chad. Scott Steiner got a 75. Oh no, Steiner, my boy. What happened? He defeats.
He's an old man.
He defeats. Yeah, what's going on? Is it penalized for stamina? Damn, he can't go 15 anymore. Oh no. Scott Steiner defeats Ace Steel in 15:42 with a Frankensteiner, and he walks back to Gorilla, and Booker T daps him up. Booker T happy that his friend is here back on Monday Night Raw.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Damn, I forgot to put an angle here. We got Dean Malenko, Sean Morley tonight, Chad.
Oh wow.
And this match, Sean Morley he's intense. He's got a new fire lit in him. And he's just bringing it to Dean Malenko, who's already a hard hitter. You know, he's stiff in the ring. Dean Malenko is pretty gritty, but Sean Morley just brought it to him. And this match ends when Sean Morley gets disqualified after just not breaking up his attack in the corner. He just kept kicking Dean Malenko in the face, and Sean Morley was getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, Sean, break it up. And he just keeps pounding him in. And the referee has no choice but disqualifying Sean Morley here. And he keeps going in. And then, Boston Combat Club come in and save him. And so does Triple H. Come save Dean Malenko, Chad.
Wow. Dean Malenko's got a lot of backup.
Bryan Danielson limped. He's still hurt. He's got a torn ACL. He's healing. But he's just happy to be here. Charmoy runs to the crowd as the three other guys, Nick Gage and Triple H basically come to save Dean Malenko. Bryan Danielson just yelling on the ramp, "That's right, you cocksucker! You better run! You better run!"
I pictured Bryan in a wheelchair following behind.
And that leads us to our main event, Chad. Alex Wright and Psychosis. Who do you got?
Oh man, take it, Psychosis.
Come on, Psychosis. And you already know there's some shenanigans that end up costing Alex Wright. Oh my God. Psychosis, following some interference from the interim world champion PJ Black, defeats Alex Wright in 16:32 with a guillotine leg drop. That's the first 100 in a while. Wow. Psychosis, I think that's his first one.
Good for him.
Good for him. But a huge winner. But also, I have the 100 page right here. Let me look if he's ever been in one. Does not look like it. Wow. That's his first one.
Another accolade for Psychosis.
That's Alex Wright's
member of the 100 Club.
That's his second one. Alex Wright's second one. Do you remember who has the most?
Is it the same? Is it the same answer for both? Like for both shows or just for you?
Just in general for me.
Triple H.
No, Stone Cold has the most. That's 6.
Oh.
Triple H at second, and then followed by Angle and Jarrett tied with 3. Jarrett, fuck off.
I believe my most for WCW is Jericho.
Jericho and Shawn both have 3.
Nice.
For WCW.
Maybe,
do you know who has
Shawn,
do you know?
Shawn will get a 4th one on Nitro.
Do you know who has the second most over there?
Who?
Canyon.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I don't know how Hogan. We're gonna have to look, but Hogan's got. Oh, Hogan, Shawn got one, I think, right? I think that's what it was. But a huge win for Psychosis here, Chad, and you know they just keep. And Alex Wright just leaves the ring. He's pissed off that the fucking Black McMahon dynasty just cost him a big win here, and the show fades to black. But then we come back in, and we're in the parking garage. And Kurt Angle's walking to his car. And someone hits him. Someone runs Kurt Angle over.
Oh, no.
And out of that car...
Good luck faking this asshole.
And out of that car is Vince McMahon.
Damn.
If they can't do it, I guess I got to do it myself. Spits in Kurt Angle's unconscious face, gets back in his car, and drives away.
Wow.
That's Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Kurt Angle's dead.
Kurt Angle's dead. You have someone getting electrocuted. I got someone ran over. Shock value. Get it? Literally? Shock. We'll see you for night show, Chad. Any sneak peeks?
No. All right, we have Monday Nitro here in Salt Lake City, Utah, and Justin, we gotta beat a 97.
No, don't worry about beating me. Just run a good show.
I think I'm going to do at least one of those two things.
Yeah, probably. I would hope. I would hope so. I think you get too in deep in trying to beat me rating wise.
If I do beat you rating wise, though, I may also. I mean, it's possible I would also accomplish the other goal too. Time will tell.
Yeah, I would assume if you beat me rating wise, it would accomplish both goals at hand, not just. Right. Yeah. Come on. Oh, I didn't click the button.
Okay, so our first pre-show match, we got Low Key taking on Kendo Cashin, and in a pre-show about that decent wrestling, but nice in the crowd heat, Kendo Cashin defeated Low Key in 10:30 with the Juji Gatami.
Kendo Cashin, who took a rough loss last week, gets his win back over Low Key on the pre-show.
Yeah, looking to get some momentum.
They don't really get momentum on the pre-show, but I get it.
And our pre-show main event, we got a 6-man tag team match. Giant Singh and the Hollies. Of course, Hardcore Holly is technically the coach of Giant Singh. Versus Matt Sydal and Ahmed and Ron Simmons. Of course, Ahmed is Matt Sydal's coach, and Ron Simmons and Ahmed have been very chummy backstage as of late. So they needed a third tag team partner, and Ron Simmons said, Damn! Count me in.
Ahmed's got his new gimmick. Before we get too far, we got a lot of gimmick changes for a lot of people. A lot of people have poor gimmicks on WCW, so we're handling that. His new gimmick is a very marketable gimmick. We'll sell a lot more merchandise than usual, John.
Ooh, wow. Is it time to re-push Ahmed?
Matt Sydal, small quality star. Small boost of star quality during matches and angles.
Nice.
Oh, God.
What? I'm so sorry. Breaking news, Giant Singh's mother...
Mid-match.
Giant
Jimmy
Singh
Hart
flew her mother. She flew her mother and he flew his mother into Salt Lake City.
No, mid-match, John Singh's in the ring, and Jimmy Hart runs in slides in, whispers in his ear, and he's like, "Oh no!" Tags out, leaves.
Oh, good call. That's what
Not
happens.
flies his mother, and she dies on the plane.
No, I was gonna say she died at ringside.
Oh, that's even worse. The show would be canceled.
No, Giant Singh picks her up and takes her to the hospital.
That's fucked. Is she still dead?
I guess, yeah, she would be.
Well, R.I.P. Mama Singh.
Yeah, all right, R.I.P. Mama Singh. All right, so we start off Shane Helms. He comes into the ring, and he says, Salt Lake City, Utah. I got to tell you, ever since I found out I was being traded from Thunder to Nitro, at first I was, I'm not going to lie. I was gonna miss Thunder, Thunder's been my home. I was very comfortable there, had a lot of friends. But then I immediately got over that because Nitro was my golden ticket. Nitro was my fresh start. Nitro was the opportunity for me to take the next step in my career. My dojo, Randy Savage, taught me everything he knows. And now that I'm on Nitro, I finally have
time out. His dojo, Randy Savage.
His mentor, his sensei, Randy Savage. Yeah, sorry. He says, but now that I'm here, is my opportunity to put those skills to the test and prove what I already know I'm capable of. However, one thing that I wasn't too happy about was what happened after I won my match against Big Show, solidifying my opportunity at Shawn Michaels World Championship of Halloween Havoc. Please take a look. And he points to the Titantron, and of course we see Shawn Michaels super kicking him right in the face after his match. He says, now, Shawn, listen, I understand, you thinking you needed to super kick me after the match. Trust me, if I knew that you were that I was wrestling myself for my belt, I probably would have taken a cheap shot also. But listen, I'm willing to ignore that. I'm in a good mood, and, I'm the kind of guy who likes to do his talking face-to-face. So, Shawn, if you would please come down to the ring, I want to do this the right way. And Shawn Michaels, he first there's a long pause. Like, people are starting to think, is Shawn not coming out? But then Shawn Michaels' music hits. He eventually comes out to the ring, and Shawn Michaels, he says, Shane, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I found out that Shane Helms was traded to Nitro, and when you came out here last week and challenged me to the World Championship, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had no idea who you were. Listen, when you're a big star like me, when you're the face of WCW, when you're a wrestler of the year, when you're the big star that I am, you don't really have the opportunity to watch a lot of the up-and-comers, right? And listen, I didn't even have time to watch you. Like, I don't have time to watch a lot of the promising up-and-comers. What makes you think I had time to watch you? But I digress. Listen, you proved that you can handle yourself in the ring. You beat the Big Show. But listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, Shane. I just don't know if you're heavyweight championship caliber. You know what I mean? I don't know if you have what it takes to be a champion. And that pisses Shane Helms off, of course, right? Why wouldn't it? And he he puffs his chest out. He says, well, if you don't think I'm championship material, then how about we fight right now? I'll whoop your ass and show you just how championship caliber I am. And he squares up to Shawn Michaels. And Michaels is like, whoa, hot shot. Listen. All right, first thing you should know about being the main event, the face of the brand, you don't have to wrestle on free TV. Second of all, listen, if you want to prove yourself to me, I have an opportunity for you. All right, tonight you wrestle a former world champion, right? If you do that, if you can beat them, maybe you'll impress me. But now, kid, this is where you put your money where your mouth is. Because if that former champion pins you, they'll wrestle me at Halloween Havoc. And Shane Helms, he just says, I'll jump through any hoops you need me to jump through, Sean, because here's the thing. At Halloween Havoc, there's not going to be any hoops. It's just going to be me and you in the middle of the ring, and I'm taking that belt. So I accept your challenge. So, Justin, that's our main event tonight. Shane Helms taking on a former WCW World Champion.
Trying to think of what other guys. So, Benoit, Brett's on Thunder, Ahmed already wrestled. I guess if you count Ahmed. Suzuki's on Thunder. Who else would that leave? You haven't had a lot of champions that are still on your roster. Hogan? Oh, God. Oh, Nash? Ugh. Hall? Ugh. Oh, no. It can't be anyone good. Was Devon champion for a cup of coffee?
Devon was never champion.
I have no idea who it could be.
Our opening contest tonight, we have Perry Saturn taking on Tommy Dreamer, and in a decent match, Perry Saturn defeats Tommy Dreamer in 12:51 with a Death Valley Driver.
Are we talking champion that you booked or champion prior to our save?
Champion I booked.
I really don't know. Of people on Smack, is a Universal champion or a World Heavyweight champion?
Could be either or.
Yeah, but I'm asking you so I can try to think more.
It's a Universal.
Oh, then it doesn't matter.
I don't know if that's the proper wording, but anywho, Minami Toyota, she's in the ring with Nicole Bass, and of course she's standing in the ring and she says, Trish, you really thought you were going to come in this ring and try to get one on Minami Toyota. You didn't think that I was just a little bit smarter than you? Trish, let's be real, you're not that smart. You see, Trish, unlike you, I don't have to be a fake. And then she says a word that gets bleeped out, Justin, because they're on TV. And pretend to have friends just to fit an agenda. People actually like me, Trish. And so when people realized that finally somebody was going to shut the face of the women's division up, this big role model for children, as soon as people found out that someone was going to finally shut your pretty little face, some people were all too quick to step up and help me, just like my friend Nicole Bass. Because, Trish, instead of pushing this dominant athlete, this dominant powerhouse of a woman, Nicole Bass, instead of promoting her, who, by the way, former women's champion, instead of promoting her, instead of giving her spotlights, they cut her championship reign short and then fired her. You know, another face of this women's division was also a big powerhouse. And guess what? They managed to draw her out of here too, because this company doesn't know how to build a women's division. All they know is that Trish Stratus is a pretty little face, and so she's going to get all the opportunities. Unlike me and my friend Nicole Bass, who just get passed up opportunity after opportunity, even though we're pound for pound better athletes than the supermodel ever will be. But hey, that all ends now, because now that I've got Nicole Bass in my corner, Trish, when I face you at Halloween Havoc, I'm going to take your women's championship and I'm going to send you home packing, because you don't have what it takes to go toe-to-toe with me, and you don't have a friend in that locker room who's willing to help you.
Trish doesn't have any friends?
As according to Minami Toyota.
I don't know who the good people are in this storyline.
Trish Stratus is a good person. This whole storyline is these people are jealous and they're trying to shroud the image of Trish Stratus, basically.
So good girl Trish doesn't have any friends?
According to these two.
Also, Chyna was let go because of drugs, not because you pushed her out.
I know, but that
let's be honest, Toyota. There was drug use.
Listen, she's not gonna
and I think that was the issue with Nicole Bass as well.
And Minami Toyota was suspended because of it also.
Yeah, what the you fucking hypocrite in the ring over there.
Oh, and then she immediately goes to her match because she was booked to compete tonight, and she gets challenged by ODB. And then about that decent wrestling but little heat, Minami Toyota defeats ODB in 7-11 with an Ocean Queen B-bomb.
No, ODB, Trish Stratus' best friend.
We are here in the ring. Devon Dudley and Dave Batista, they're fired up. They're mad as hell because, listen, they were having a competitive barn burner match until the Wicked came out and got involved, caused them both to run out of the ring and get in a big old brawl, calling to a draw. You know, they both got counted out. And they're both mad as hell about it. And they're demanding that Ted DiBiase lets them wrestle tonight for an opportunity to advance in the finals. And Ted DiBiase says, listen, man, the show must go on, all right? And you two made the decision as adults to roll out of the ring and get in a fight and something that at that moment was none of your business, and that's on you. And so, listen, I need to be a unbiased official, and if I bend the rules here, then you know what happens at the next time somebody gets counted out, right? I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm sorry. I've already discussed it with my business partner, Roddy Piper, and we've decided there will be no winner in the Nitro side of the $1 million tournament. And instead, at Halloween Havoc, we'll have Sting versus Taka Michinoku to decide the $1 million championship tournament winner. And they're fuming mad. And Ted DiBiase says, but I'll tell you what, Devon, because I can tell you're especially fired up. I'll tell you what, I did book a match tonight to give you a little relief, to blow off some steam. Tonight, you're going to go one-on-one against Relic.
Wow. Okay.
And Justin, we go to commercial and we come back to Disco Inferno versus Johnny B. Bad. And listen, this match was just openly competitive. And listen, at the end of the day, the match ended in a double countout because they were both knocked out, Justin. You know why?
Why?
Because if you go to the next segment, I'll tell you why. Because in the middle of the match, the Big Show came out and punched them both in the face because he said, no one cares about these two. I have something to say, and I am going to get the time that I deserve.
That's a double DQ then, not a double countout.
Anyway, Big Show he has a microphone and he says, last week I had an opportunity to go on to Halloween Havoc and prove why I, the dominant big man in professional sports, the best and biggest professional athlete of all time in sports, would finally have an opportunity to bring the championship home. And instead, I was screwed by Shaquille O'Neal. And I know people are saying, you know, there are reports that Shaquille O'Neal was not even anywhere near the arena, that he was off doing some preseason drills with the NBA. But listen, okay? I don't care what they say. I know what I saw. I saw Shaquille O'Neal, and he cost me that match. So listen, Shaquille O'Neal, if you're going to try to get in my face and get in my business and interrupt my attempt at winning a championship, maybe in the NBA Finals this year, I'll just come down there and knock you out at halftime. Is that what we want? Or are we going to be gentlemen? Are we going to be athletes? Are we going to be competitors? So listen, I've been trying to think about how I was going to handle this because you've angered Shaquille O'Neal, a big, big giant. And I was going to go fight you somewhere, but instead I'm going to take the bigger man route because I am literally the bigger man, both physically and literally, figuratively. And people laugh at him because he misspoke. He says, so Shaq, I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm going to invite you next week to Nitro as my special guest because I have something I want to say to you. Justin, what could Big Show have to say with Shaquille O'Neal?
I wonder, Chad. Wants to join the Lakers. What do you think?
He wants to join the Lakers. That's what a plot twist. And we come down to Devon versus Relic, and it is a match. Relic defeats Devon Dudley and with an with an Amish bomb. That's wild.
You didn't change his moveset?
No, I forgot.
You're a fucking idiot.
Oh, that's wild. I wonder what that could. It's the Relic Bomb. They say in commentary. This is a hard-hitting match. Devon was pissed and fired up and ready to brawl, but at the end of the day, man, Relic proved why he's part of Wicked. He was an absolute killer here.
You know, he proved why he's a part of a group. Poor Devon. How the mighty have fallen.
After
That's
the match,
Relic's first singles match ever.
Yep. Hell yeah. After that match, the Wicked they're in the ring, and immediately, well, no, okay, so Relic is in the ring, and he's just like staring around, like looking at the crowd who are like booing him, you know, whatever. And then the Wild Boys music hits. Chase Tatum, Chuck Palumbo, Sean O'Hare, their Tough Enough rookie, and Dave Bautista all rolling up there wearing jeans and black t-shirts. Like they're looking like they just got done pulling back some beers at the bar, but they're ready to fight. And they run down to the ring, and they just start beating the absolute piss out of Relic, you know. If you're gonna attack one of our own, we'll get you. And they just start attacking Relic, and then as that's happening, the lights turn off and they turn back on, and in the ring almost immediately is Abyss and Mil Muertes. And then these men, they all hate each other. They can't stand each other. This rivalry has just gotten so just insane. A man is literally fighting for his life in a hospital, Justin. Like this is getting wild. No pun intended. And yeah, they're just brawling. And Batista himself, he says, he grabs a microphone during all the chaos, and he says, "You don't think we're united, huh? I love these fuckers." And then everyone's like pops because he just dropped an F-bomb on live TV. Everyone's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "I love these guys." And you know what? I'm gonna. You want to get in a fight? You want to step it up a notch? You want to take on us for the tag team titles? Guess what? It's gonna be a bar room brawl. Everyone pops, Justin.
They pop? A barroom brawl?
Just like when Chuck Palumbo and Fit Finley got in a fight in a bar. Now they will do it with these men.
Oh.
We are come down to the ring. Canyon is in the ring, and he's getting ready for his big match. But Mikey Whipwreck, he comes down to the ring, and he's got a microphone, and he says, Canyon, listen, I know I'm wrestling you tonight, but listen, there's something I gotta say. He says, Canyon, Rob Van Dam is somebody I have a great deal of respect for. Him and we go way back, all the way to the ECW days. I'm not going to talk about ECW. There, Tommy Dreamer does that enough. No, instead, Canyon, I want to talk about the friendship Rob Van Dam and I have had. Rob Van Dam and I, we talk every day, all right? And when you attacked him, when you jumped him a couple of weeks ago, when you attacked my friend, that didn't sit well with me. All right, you want to prove you say that you're the best wrestler in the world, and you're going to prove it. The only thing that you've proven to me, Canyon, is that you're a pussy. And Canyon says, "Well, that's funny, Mikey Whipwreck, because the only thing that you've proven to me is that you're overrated. And I'll tell you what, if you want to be like your buddy Rob, get in this ring, and I'll kick your ass too."
The only question I have under this is, why was there censoring earlier in the show, and now it's just fucking say whatever you want now? What's going on here, Chad?
The guy who hit the bleep button fell asleep, apparently.
Okay, perfect. Just needed that answer. It was throwing me off.
Fair. That's fair. And we got Mikey Whipwreck versus Canyon.
Yeah?
Mikey Whipwreck getting a 60. Like, he held his own there. And that's what it was. Like Canyon, I think he came in, and I think he was taking this match a little light. But Mikey Whipwreck proved why he's not overrated. He went toe-to-toe with Canyon. But Canyon, he is just a little bit better, and he was able to get the win.
Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, 1-21 and 3-18. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Listen, ain't no time like listen. Anyone can get on a hot streak.
4-40 in his last 2 years. Yep.
After that match, Rob Van Dam runs in the ring and he starts getting in a fight with Canyon. And Canyon, he rolls out of the ring and he's like, I'm not having any part of this. And Rob Van Dam, he has a microphone, and the only thing he has to say is, I'll see you at Halloween Havoc. And he throws the microphone down and he's begging Canyon to come in the ring and fight him. But Canyon, again, he's not having it. He goes right to the ring. He goes right backstage.
He goes right to the ring. He goes and he gives him a big old smooch in the mouth.
And they kiss and make up. Justin, we have maybe a new team here. If maybe not a team, at least a partnership and an alliance of some sorts. In Steven Regal and Samoa Joe. And they take on Tony Mamaluke and Johnny Stamboli tonight. And in a decent match, Steven Regal and Samoa Joe defeated Tony Mamaluke and Johnny Stamboli. When Samoa Joe submitted Johnny Stamboli with a Dragon Sleeper.
There we go.
Sprained ankle. That's not great. Oh, all right. After that match, we are Trish Stratus. She's out in public. She's walking. She's in some random little diner in Salt Lake City, and she's sitting there and she's feeling sorry for herself, and luckily, being the amazing field reporter that he is, Jeremy Borash spotted her at a diner, and he says, Trish, you heard this, and I'm sure. I know. I see the TV in this diner. I know they have it on. You had to have heard the things Manami Toyota had to say about you. And Trish, she's like, Jeremy, I really try to be a good person. I really try to be a role model for kids. I try to lead by example. I try to be the person who, when you have a platform like we do, being on TV, I try to be a good person, right? I stood up to Beth Phoenix and Medusa a few months ago when they were being backstage bullies. I'm always staying after shows to meet with families who paid their hard-earned money to take their kids to these shows. And to hear Toyota say those things about me, even though they're not true, it hurt. And I'd like to think I have friends that I talk to those men and women backstage in that locker room all the time. You want to know how many texts I've gotten asking me if I'm okay? None. I'm not trying to have a little pity party for me. I'm not trying to make people feel bad. I don't know what to do. And then while that's happening, you hear a voice that says, I know what you need to do. And everyone pans up. And across the diner is Debbie Malenko. Justin, it's been how long since we've seen Debbie Malenko?
A couple weeks, I think.
She says, listen, it's been more than a couple weeks. She says, when I got suspended for getting in that altercation with the fan, no one really reached out to me either, except for one person, which shocked me, because her and I, we wrestled countless times. It was you. You're a bigger person than her, but more importantly, you're a better wrestler than she is. Because guess what? You beat me. All right? And nobody who beat me, nobody who took my belt is going to sit here and feel sorry for themselves. Now get up, because I'm going to help you overcome this. I'm going to help you beat Manami Toyota. What are you saying? And she's like, I'm saying you do have a friend in that locker room. Now let's get to work. And our main event tonight, Ken Shamrock. At our main event tonight, Ken Shamrock. He's here on Nitro. He was the final piece of the trade. Oh, the big trade that moved a bunch of people everywhere. He's here on Nitro, and he's debuting against Shane Helms. And about that Super Wrestling Great Heat. Or Good Heat, sorry, not good. Let's not get carried away. It was good, not great. Shane Helms defeats Ken Shamrock in 17:29 or the Vertebreaker?
Shamrock fucking carrying Shane Helms to a 94.
And as the match is ending, we hear Big Daddy V's music as he comes out with the United States. Well, he doesn't come out with it. He comes out, and Paul Heyman is holding the United States Championship, and he's got a microphone. And they get in the ring, and Paul Heyman says, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and this is the Conqueror. This is the Mastodon. This is the living combat tank. This is Big Daddy V, your undisputed United States champion." And ladies and gentlemen, Big Daddy V and I just wanted to come out here tonight to remind you all that the era of V is upon us. And whoever stands in our way, whoever gets in the way, in the path of Big Daddy V, well, might as well consider your lungs collapsed in, like Chris Benoit, who still isn't here tonight, by the way. Everyone's asking us, how are we going to prepare for the inevitable return of Chris Benoit? Well, Big Daddy V doesn't make mistakes. Chris Benoit isn't coming back. And you're all just going to have to be okay with that. Now, we're going to have an open challenge right now to determine who is going to be the next victim of Big Daddy V. And then he's motioning to the entrance ramp and no one's coming out. And he's like, exactly. No one's coming to this ring to challenge Big Daddy V because everybody knows the inevitable. If you get in the ring with Big Daddy V, the United States champion, the conqueror, the destroyer. I can go on and on with all of the titles I could give this man, the descriptions. But the only title that matters is the one I'm holding now, his United States champion. And ladies and gentlemen, as you go to your cars, because the show's winding down, I want you all to pay your passing respects to Chris Benoit, and also give your champion the respect he deserves by giving him a round of applause. And then this sea of boos fill the air as Big Daddy V and Paul Heyman bask in the heat of the fans to end Nitro.
Boo. Boo. Boo.
92.
Boo.
We'll take it.
Is that what they sounded like?
Yeah, that's what they sounded like.
I think that was the longest Nitro you've ever booked.
Oh, I thought it flew by.
No, it was 32 minutes.
Huh? I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
I guess. Jesus. All right, we'll see you for SmackDown. I'm out of energy. I'll see you for SmackDown.
Oh, no. All right, we are here at the finale of the week for WWE. Anyway, as we see, Friday Night SmackDown is here.
I didn't like how you said that. Redo it. Get a bit more pizzazz in it, you know?
Oh, okay. As we get down to the end of the week for the WWE, we end it with the blue brand, the SmackDown on Friday nights.
I like that. See, that was much better. Much better. Thanks, Chad. You really gave it all right there. Now, if only the rest of your booking and shows that had a little bit of that pizzazz.
I hurt my throat. You know, you have to always have a jab in after complimenting it.
I can't let you win, ever.
Never.
Speaking of not winning, Chad, we're here on Friday Night SmackDown. We're live in Fayetteville, Arkansas, home of the Razorbacks. And we got a big Friday Night SmackDown ahead because we have a world title on the a world title match. It's Stevie Richards and Masawa here in Fayetteville, Arkansas a hotbed of wrestling, you know? They have, you know, you got LA, you got Madison Square Garden, and you got Arkansas. The big three, you know?
Hell yeah. The
But
big three.
we got a lot of shit to go through, Chad. A lot of shit. I didn't even book the promo I was just talking about. Let's actually book it with us together. All right? John Cena, Ric Flair. All right? We're going to book together, everybody, just like the good old days. Just like the good old days.
When our videos were 3 hours long.
Our videos were actually kind of shorter. Because I would book everything. You would tell me what to book, and I'd book it real quick.
Ah, I gotcha.
So it was actually a lot. All right, let's run the show. Tonight, we start off with Yoshihiro Tajiri taking on Mikey Henderson, continuing to get more wins under the belt for Yoshihiro Tajiri before he starts some programs, because it would make no sense if he lost 16 straight matches and then looked like a credible opponent. No, you got to make him look good in the eyes of the YouTube viewers. Unlike that wimp Mikey Whipwreck, who won 4 matches in 2 years and now is booked to look like a credible opponent.
He's been on a hot streak.
Ooh. Is 4 wins in 2 years a hot streak?
It is when you didn't have them before.
We're here in the Budwell Arena, though. But big win for Tajiri. Didn't click with Mikey Henderson, though. Even without the click or bad chemistry, both getting above a 50, which is good to see for young Mikey Henderson. We move on. This is the match I was talking about with Chet before. Louis Jardine is making his main roster pre-show debut as he's taking on a former TNA Universal Champion Chris Devine. Chris Devine gets the job done, beating and tapping out Louis Jardine in 9:58. Louis Jardine, another auto-generated talent. I wanted to see what he could do. Louis Jardine. What do you know about Louis Jardine, Chad?
I mean, this guy, you want to talk about a mean motor scooter. It doesn't get meaner than Louis Jardine.
Dude, he's got all the talents. He's a 5-star athlete.
That's why they call him Mean Jardine, baby.
Dude, they call him Mean Gene Louis Jardine. It's funny. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Rolls right off the
Motor
tongue.
mouth. That's why they call him Mean Gene, because he's a natural talker. When he has a microphone in his hand, he's a wordsmith. That's all I need to say. He did take a loss here to Chris Devine, but the future is bright for Mean Gene Louis Jardine. Move on. Our last pre-show match, El Samurai taking the loss to Nunzio when he gets tapped out by the Sicilian Crab. And we also, the angle that I just booked on the fly, Ric Flair and John Cena share an alliance, Chad. We saw them get together. You saw John Cena really be happy and hyped up that Ric Flair's back of the ring, and it looks like Ric Flair is showing that same appreciation to John Cena. As we'll see John Cena in action later tonight with Ric Flair by his side. But we start off Monday Night SmackDown. Yeah, Monday Night SmackDown. We heard his return. We heard of his return last week, and we start off Friday Night SmackDown hearing his iconic music. Goldberg makes his way down to the ring. Last time we saw him was a month ago where he attacked Eric Bischoff. And he's here tonight, Chad. He grabs a microphone. He gets right to it. And he just says, "Fuck this. I quit." Goldberg quits WWE, Chad.
Oh, wow.
And then Eric Bischoff comes out and he says, "Oh, no, you're not going out like that, Goldberg. You didn't. If I knew you were just gonna quit after all this, I would have fired you on the spot 1 month ago when you had put your fucking hands on me. You're not going out like this, Bill. All right, you stay in that ring. I'm sending someone out there to kick your ass, and if they do, you're fired." Eric Bischoff's pissed off right now, Chad. And Bischoff says, "Get out to the ring." And out comes the knockout artist, Don Fry. And he beats the shit out of Goldberg.
Damn.
In 17-10 with a cross arm breaker. And Goldberg is fired from the WWE.
Na 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 na.
Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. You're not next.
Goldberg has a storyline wise fired from the WWE, Chad.
That's crazy. Man.
We move forward. Our opening match of the night. Oh, I didn't mean to book Louis Jardine. That was supposed to be Lance Hoyt.
Man, Louis Jardine getting overtime tonight. He's such a good talker. He was able to talk himself right into this match.
This was supposed to be Lance Hoyt because as of right now, Ruckus and Lance Hoyt are my TNA Tag Team Champions. And they were supposed to take on London and Kendrick. But Louis Jardine, apparently, what I'm hearing right now through my headset, is Lance Hoyt pulled his groin and had to be he's not medically cleared tonight, so that's why Louis Jardine is in this match tonight. Means
right place, right time.
Right
man.
place, right time. Another loss though for Louis Jardine, but a main show debut here for the kid.
Oh yeah.
They didn't work well with the Ruckus. Who would have thought? You never teamed with them before, brother. Damn, Lance Hoyt, you lucky son of a bitch. We go backstage. Johnny Storm is with his tag team partner, C.W. Anderson, who's really the talk of the town as of late. Last month, he beat Kane. He took The Undertaker to the limits. And last week, there was some little, distractions and interference. But at the end of the day, you look at the win-loss. He's got a win over The Undertaker.
He beat both members of Brothers of Destruction.
And Johnny Storm, he's just trying to, get into his head. He's like his best friend's famous right now, He's just trying to pick his brain. Like he's in shock and awe. He's like, this is the coolest thing ever. You're a badass, C.W. Anderson. I knew that before, but you beat The Undertaker and Kane. Like, holy shit. Wow. And that really pumps up Johnny Storm. These two are in action later tonight.
Hell yeah. Listen, Justin, if you beat Kane and The Undertaker, I'd hype you up.
Yeah. I'd beat him all right off, Oh. Wait, what? What did you say oh for?
Nothing.
I mean, okay. We go to commercial. We see some ads, whatever. But we come back and, we got a weird shot of a house. And we saw this house last week. It has that Guerrero mailbox right out in front, and it goes to an inside shots of the house, and it's all mangled and it's rummaged through. It looks like someone robbed the place or there was a fight going on, and the cameraman walks in to the kitchen, and laying like he was thrown through the kitchen table is Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, wow.
And Latin Lover is just standing over the body of Eddie, and he looks into the camera, and he says, "Do I have your attention now, Chavo?"
Wow.
We go on. Supernova takes on Team Slaughter. Team Slaughter, former tag team champions of the world. C.W. Anderson, who beat The Undertaker. They defeat Supernova in 15-22, and C.W. Anderson continues this hot streak that he's on by beating B.J. Whitmer, or making him tap out. A good win for former tag team champions, C.W. Anderson and Johnny Storm. We move on now, Chad. The Undertaker wakes up, and he's in a dark room. There's no lights. There's nothing. It's like a dark hole, like a suction hole, like a black hole.
Buried alive.
You've been buried alive, brother. And two different laughing images, and these are obviously CGI'd or whatever, not CGI, but edited in, and they just keep circling the room, just laughing maniacally. One is Kane, right? Kane's just but also laughing is someone who was not supposed to be in the segment last week, but now is in the storyline, the Devil's favorite demon daughter, Kana.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
And they're just laughing. What the hell?
That's metal as fuck, to be honest with you.
Taker's just like, where the fuck am I? And it's just their face just circling around him, laughing. We move on. John Cena takes on Drago here tonight. Beats him in 809 with a spin-out powerbomb. A big win for John Cena. Trying to, again, build that momentum that he lost in that big SummerSlam match with Stevie Richards. That, in turn, has really skyrocketed Stevie Richards on the card, because now tonight he's taking on the final boss of professional wrestling, Masawa, for the World Championship. Who would have thought when he left WCW 9 months ago that he'd be in world title contention?
Crazy.
Who would have thought? I don't really know if he's a credible contender, but he's still getting that shot. After that match, though, John Cena and Ric Flair, they celebrate. I think Rick really sees a lot of himself in John Cena, and really, Rick is maybe one of the greatest decorated wrestlers of all time, and he thinks John Cena could be right up there with him, and as do I. What about you, Chad?
No, I certainly.
We move on to our next little segment. We're in a locker room and three dudes are sitting in chairs as a man is telling them that he's the new leader. And acknowledge me, Rhino said he's the new head of the table now that he's taken out Kishi and he's the leader of the bloodline.
My name is Rhino Reigns.
Kishi really hurt for a while. Rhino's now the new head of the table, brother.
Damn.
I'm trying to make this go on the fly.
I mean,
this is supposed to be a blood feud between Rhino and Kishi, and now Rhino's like, I'm your new daddy.
I've taken your family, Kishi.
Oh, fucking shit. We got a match up next. It's Shannon Moore and Kid Cash. They take on two members of the Funk Boys. They take on Caprice, Coleman, and Amazing Red. And a decent little match here. Funk Boys 2002 defeat Coleman and Red when Shannon Moore comes all over Amazing Red and pins him.
Oh.
Morgasm. No, maybe not comes.
Morgasm. Yeah.
Maybe not. Yeah, he didn't come blast.
It came out of nowhere.
Came out of... after the match, all of the Cruiserweight division come out, spearheaded by Super Calo, Chris Sabin, and Nunzio, and they're pissed off that this big super group, that the 2011 Miami Heat are here, basically. LeBron, Bosch, and Wade, and Melina is really Ray Allen, basically, at this point. She's a spot up. She only knows how to shoot her shot. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
she always swishes.
Always in the hole. But the Cruiserweight division not happy that this super team is really formed, and they all challenge Shannon Moore themselves, all of them. So Eric Bischoff comes out and announces next week, for the first time ever, Shannon Moore has to defend his belt in a battle royal where the whole Cruiserweight division will fight, including Kid Cash, Too Cold Scorpio, not Melina.
And Melina?
I almost said and Melina, and then I thought, that's stupid. Why would she be in it? She's not a Cruiserweight. All right. We move on, Chad. We move on. After witnessing what we saw earlier tonight in the Guerrero household, Chavo and Mystico have packed their bags. They get on their first flight to get back home to go figure out what the fuck's going on. And they fly out of here. And that leads us to our main event match tonight, Chad. Stevie Richards.
Hell yeah.
And Big Masawa, Chad. Who do you got?
Big Masawa.
Big Masawa. That's a smart pick. It's a smart pick, Chad. It'd be crazy to have Stevie Richards win. It almost looked like it was going to happen as Stevie Richards hit a Stevie kick on Masawa after all three other members of the family came in and distracted Masawa And Masawa's like, what? Hey, he hits a fucking rolling elbow on Colonel Mike Sanders, who ragdolls off the apron, hits his head on the staircase. He's out. He's out cold. He's fucked. He's stretchered out. I'm joking. He's not stretchered out. That prompts Hashimoto and Kojima to come out, and they start brawling with the family. And then Stevie tries to roll up Masawa. 2.9. First time we've ever seen Masawa even come close to getting pinned like that. Stevie,
wow, we almost had a new champion.
Stevie goes for the Stevie kick again, misses. Masawa just hits his fucking... Oh, we got an injury. Oh, I don't think they clicked either. Oh, everything went wrong in this match, Chad.
Oh, no.
Hits the roaring elbow on Stevie Richards, giving him some whiplash. They don't click. That stinks. Doesn't matter. Masawa wins. And fucking at this point, Double J Records come out, and all three stables are in the ring, staring down one to another. Stevie Richards is still hurting. He's on the ground. But Mike Sanders, Harris, Hero, we see all Double J Records. We see all of the final bosses out there. They're just having a good old Western standoff in the middle of the ring to end Friday Night SmackDown. What a disappointment. But 84, yeah, yep. That's all. I mean, look, you can't. That's chemistry for you right there, baby.
Yep. I mean, and you're always
an injury. Yeah, sorry, Stevie. Your big time came and you got hurt during it. You fucking idiot. Oh well. We got stable warfare right now. We got Kane and Kana. We got Chavo. Who knows what he's going to walk into? Fucking Rhino's the new head of the table. Daddy Rhino. Goldberg's fired? Question mark? Dude, we got so much shit.
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions. We have 5 more weeks before the pay-per-view for SmackDown. There's so much product to be booked and to be shown and storylines to develop leading into Survivor Series. First time ever Survivor Series will not be Raw vs. SmackDown kind of like the whole gimmick. There's only going to be one match where it's Raw vs. SmackDown. The rest of the card, it's going to be huge. No champion versus champion this year, Chad. Sorry to get your hopes down.
Damn.
I know you wanted to see Masawa and the winner of Black and White, but sorry. I know you wanted to watch China versus Shannon Moore.
I did.
We'll see if for Thunder or Chad. Any sneak peeks?
Of Thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna see The Rock. Alrighty, everybody, we are here. It's the end of the week, not just for WCW, but wrestling in general. Like I said, it's like your wrestling week is like a nice pro wrestling sandwich.
There's other time out. There's other companies running. Let's not.
Yeah, fair, but for the ones that this YouTube channel covers specifically, it does not.
Should we cover other ones?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We do not.
Should we?
I
want to?
I think,
I'll start booking like fucking Progress Wrestling too.
No, that's what I do not want to do.
No.
If you want to do that, as a side project,
fuck the British wrestling scene.
No, we're barely having time for to get a month in as is. I can't imagine adding another thing. But if you want to, that's all. Adds more power to you, man.
Oh yeah, let's book every company in this game.
every month we'll just have a month of content for another company.
I didn't say I was going to record it. I'm just going to book it for them.
Oh, I mean, fair enough.
Joking. Let's get into Thunder here, Jen.
Yes, let's get right into Thunder. As we see here in the pre-show, we see Bobby Roode is hanging out backstage with some of his indie buddies from back in the day. You know, he says, "Hey guys, listen, I'm not going to be too social tonight." He's like, "I'm not going to be too social tonight, okay? I am still on a warpath for Minoru Suzuki. But listen, all right, you guys hang tight. I'm going to go handle business, and then maybe we can get drinks or something after the show." And he's going to remember, you never know when they're going to need help. So And then they all laugh, and then he goes, okay, but for real though, I'm gonna go like beat the piss out of Minoru Suzuki. I'll be back later. Bye guys. And then he leaves.
Big indie friends of Gutter and Nick Mondo.
And Xavier.
I didn't know Bobby Roode ran in IWA Mid-South.
He ran everywhere, man.
Did he?
Yeah. Well, he also, I think he flew some of them. He flew them in.
All you needed to say were, hey, these were his buddies from NXT.
But they're not from NXT. They're all local guys.
These are all you don't have Mondo?
Oh, I guess I have Nick Mondo. I do have Nick Mondo.
Well, that's anyway, why.
It doesn't matter.
That's why I'm like,
his buddies.
I'm like, why the? He's Canadian.
We've got ourselves a pre-show tag team match. We got the Quick City Kingpins taking on Roadhead.
What about it?
Hey, I mean, like I said, the Quick City Kingpins, they are one of our newer up-and-coming teams. And, they're trying to continue to prove themselves. And I think Roadhead is just trying to find any form of success. And so, yeah, they fought on the pre-show.
I think they're just trying to figure out how to not get fired here in a little bit. But good win. I mean, I hope. I wonder who these kids are. I can't wait for their first program so we find out more about their characters.
I said, the first couple things is just
gotta build them up
as
first.
A tag team, building up some wins. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm Mikey Whipwreck.
Same with Truth or Stairs, kind of too, right? Matt Hardy is on his way to the ringside because he's going to watch this next big pre-show match because it features 3 cruiserweights, and Matt Hardy, he wants to scope out who his potential next opponent might be. And as he's walking, he hears, "Hey Matt, don't look too hard for your next opponent because I'm right behind you." And he turns around and sees Taz, and Matt Hardy begins to quicken his pace, and Taz is following, and Matt eventually just hauls it down the hallway. Matt Hardy is scared of Taz.
Yeah.
As we go to our pre-show triple threat match, Great Sasuke versus Disco Fury versus Dragon Kid. And in a pre-show about the DC versus Roman Accident crowd heat, Great Sasuke, I just went blah, 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 right there. Great Sasuke defeated Disco Fury and Dragon Kid in 1203 with a Thunder Fire Power Bomb. What a badass name for a finisher, the Thunder Fire Power Bomb.
You would have seen that before if you booked Sasuke to win. I've turned heel.
Oh, your audio cut out for me for all of that. All I heard was "yeah," and then you laughing.
That's fine by me. The recording got it.
So, that's all that matters. So we're starting off Thunder with a rare match to open. And here's the thing: Roddy Piper has booked the members of Limitless who are in this 5-way. They're all competing in matches tonight, and of course, AJ versus Super Crazy is right now, and which of course means that Huvitsud versus Rey Mysterio will be later on tonight. But that's later. This is now, and in the now, AJ Styles took on Super Crazy, and it was a barn burner. Hell of a way to open the show.
Yes, it did.
Super crazy. He has kind of a chip on his shoulder, right? He's clearly the on paper, not the pick to win this match, and I think Super Crazy, that really showed in this match because Super Crazy would not. He was not one to be taken lightly. He hung in there with AJ Styles. At one point, Super Crazy got almost a 3. He got a 2.5 count. It looked like he was going to win. So. Super Crazy, really, really trying to turn some heads here.
And he did. He got the match off to a strong start. So perfect way to start Thunder.
Perfect. We're backstage and The Rock, he's being interviewed by Mean Gene, and Rock says, "Finally, The Rock has come to Buffalo, New York. New York, New York." And then he's like, "I feel like singing, Mean Gene, because The Rock is fired up." But one thing that is grinding The Rock's gears a little bit is that The Rock is seeing his opponents wrestle tonight. And The Rock doesn't want people to think he's a chump. The Rock doesn't want the millions and the millions of people to think The Rock isn't a fighting champion. So Mean Gene, The Rock, I'm ready to fight. And Bubba Ray, he approaches The Rock and he says, you know, Rock, if you're looking for someone to fight tonight, I can't think of a better person to punch those stupid eyebrows that you like to raise right off your face. And while I'm at it, maybe I'll knock out some teeth and ruin the people's smile. Rock, I can't think of a better way to make my big impact on Thunder than to take out you. And The Rock, he says, Bubba, do you really believe, do you honestly believe that Bubba Ray, the dumbest member of the Dudley family, and you got Mama Dudley, Papa Dudley, Sister Dudley, Brother Dudley, Uncle Dudley, Cousin Dudley, all the way down the line Dudley. It doesn't matter. Hell, you're even dumber than Dumb Dudley. You're dumb as hell, and you think you can outsmart The Rock? You're the laziest and most out of shape of all the Dudleys. Even Porkchop Dudley has better physique than you, and you think that you can go toe-to-toe with me in the ring? He says, I do think, it doesn't matter what you think. I will see you later tonight. If you smell. And then the Bubba Ray Dudley, he backhands The Rock right in the face. He doesn't take that lightly. And The Rock, he looks like he was going to fight. And then Bubba Ray, last second, skirts out of the way. He leaves.
And kisses him.
Yeah, right in the lips.
It's not even a Dudley anymore. It's just Bubba Ray.
Yeah, I know. He is just Bubba Ray now. And we've got the world's greatest tag team competing in a 2-on-4 handicap match. And about that subpar wrestling, a little heat. World's greatest tag team defeated A-Train Champagne and the Harris Twins. World's greatest tag team, they went into Roddy Piper's office and they requested this match. They said, we want to prove to Brett and Owen, that we're the greatest. And how? We'll take on 4 teams. Or 4 teams, sorry. We'll take on 2 teams at once. We'll take on 4 guys at once. And they did just that, Justin.
So did my ex-girlfriend, and she didn't get a title shot.
Oh, no. After the match, the Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, they have the microphone and they go, all we want to know now, the only thing that the world's greatest tag team want to know right now is Brett, Owen, are you guys not impressed now? And Brett and Owen, they come down to the ring. And Owen grabs the microphone and just says, nah. and it kind of pops everybody. Like, nobody was expecting that to be the response. And Brett's like, listen, I could have beaten those guys. No disrespect to Champagne and A-Train. But, they're no Brett and Owen Hart. And then Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, they say, well, how about we prove just how good we are when we do beat Brett and Owen? How about this? How about before we go toe-to-toe at Halloween Havoc, we go toe-to-toe in one-on-one singles matches, you versus us, next week. And Brett and Owen, they accept that challenge, Justin. They say, you're on, kid. We'll see you out there.
All right. Tonight?
No, next week.
Not at the pay-per-view?
No, they're fighting for the tag titles at the pay-per-view, but they're going to go. But so Charlie Haas will take on Owen and Shelton will take on Brett next week on the go-homes.
Oh, they needed to call each other out for that?
What? And we have here, Justin, they say, always be ready because you never know when opportunity will call. And that happened exactly when a member of WCW backstage, they grab these 3 and they go, hey, you need to get down to the ring, all right? You got to get down to the ring. We're going to book you 3 in a match tonight. And they're like amped. They're like, hell yeah, of course we brought our ring gear. Always bring your ring gear. And they come down to the ring, and then Suzuki's music hits, and this man slaughters them. He just completely just eviscerates them. He takes his elbows and, like Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton style, cuts open gutter. He just throws Nick Mondo into the crowd. Xavier gets a couple lucky punches in, and Suzuki just headbutts him in the head and knocks him out, just lays him out. And then he grabs a microphone, Justin, as we go to our next segment. He says, Chris, you came into my home. You scared my beautiful girlfriend, Wendy. Wendy, she tell him how scared you are.
Who's Chris?
Like, I'm so Sorry, not Chris. My bad. I was thinking Chris Benoit. My bad. It's late. I meant Bobby Roode. Bobby, Wendy, tell how scared. She's like, yeah, see, she's terrified. She could barely sleep. You came into my home and you attacked what I cared about. So I took out something you care about. Listen, you want to fight me because I fought you backstage at a pay-per-view? That's fine. You came into my home. You made it personal. And let's make one thing clear. I attacked you backstage before War Games because that's what was best for business. Imagine what I'm going to do to you now that it's personal. You want me one-on-one? You got it. But I want no rules, no disqualifications, no holds barred. I want to be able to do anything that I want to you, Bobby, and not be held responsible. And I want to have that match at Halloween Havoc. Now, what do you say?
Okay. I was acting as Bobby right there. I said okay.
Okay.
Can I go? I need to look at something real quick before we move on. Where was it? What the fuck am I looking for? What am I looking for, Chad?
I don't know.
What am I looking for? Where the fuck is that segment with Natty?
Wait, the World's Greatest Tag Team one?
Yeah, what the hell is this Wendy character doing in now the Suzuki promo?
Wendy was Suzuki's girlfriend that was in the house that Bobby Roode attacked.
Yeah, so where was this promo that I'm looking for?
The one where that happened?
Yeah, why is she here too?
That was Katrina Waiters. That's Wendy
you couldn't
Waiters'
have
twin
used
sister.
a different
That's Wendy Waiters' twin sister, Katrina Waiters.
I'm like thinking, I swear, she was Charlie Haas's date one time. Like, what the fuck's going on here, Chad? You can't
I knew as soon as I did that, I was like, that's definitely gonna be noticed, but oh well.
You can't run anything but. You couldn't even switch your picture. What the hell are you doing?
I literally looked to see if I had another girl in developmental that I could use, and I didn't. It was these two in ODB.
Nora Greenwald couldn't have come up?
I didn't see. Is she not in my? Is she? Actually, I didn't see her on there. Maybe I overlooked her. Oh, she was right there.
Found her in 4 seconds. Madison Eagles, Medeja. You have like 6 women.
Thinking?
Yeah, what were you thinking? Cupid Valentino.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, not that. I don't want to shit on your thing. I'm just like, this is the same girl. What's going on here? Suzuki's got beef with Charlie Haas now.
Charlie Haas is like, and Suzuki's like, I don't think I forgot what you did, Charlie. We got Mr. 5-Star Chris Candido taking on James Storm, and about that decent wrestling, but not much heat. Mr. 5-Star Chris Candido, he defeats James Storm in 13:29 with a blonde bombshell.
Blonde bombshell.
He grabs a microphone and he says, and ladies and gentlemen, just like that, you saw another example of a 5-star match from Mr. 5-Star Chris Candido. You know, Dave, ever since you started observing me, I feel like a brand new man. And now, I think I might need a new nickname. Because, I'm looking around here, and I see a lot of old men who claim to still have it, but just simply don't. And sometimes they're scared to let go of the past. And I'm going to help one of them do because I think I go by the nickname The Franchise. I think I should go by The Franchise, Mr. 5-Star Chris Candido. What do you think, Dave? And then Shane Douglas comes out and he says, Chris, you'll never be the franchise as long as I live and breathe. And he says, and Raven's next to him too. And Raven says, yeah, Chris Candido, the only franchise that you'll be a part of are one of those dumb gym membership franchises because you're nothing more than a nice little physique. There's nothing more to you. You're not Mr. 5-star. You're Mr. Subpar. And if you need someone to prove that to you, then I've got no problem getting in the ring and kicking your ass. And then CM Punk comes out. And he just says, whoa, easy, Raven, you might break a hip. Don't move too quickly. Franchise, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I think some of these people forgot that was even your nickname. Listen, okay, if Chris Candido wants to be called the franchise, well, that's more power to him. It doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, he can be the franchise. He can be Mr. 5-star. Shane, you could be the franchise. Raven, you all could be the franchise, but you'll never be the television champion. In fact, I'll even take it one step further and say you'll never be the champion that I am. Because mark my words, and I'm looking at you, Raven, when I say this, I will be the greatest champion in this company's entire history. And then Raven says, I'll tell you what, I think I'm done talking, Shane. And Shane says, yeah, me too. And then they start fighting.
They're fighting.
We have another singles match. We went to a commercial break after that brawl, and we come back and we see Noble No More James Gibson versus Jimmy Yang. And about that decent wrestling with a little heat. James Gibson, my apologies. Noble No More James Gibson defeats Jimmy Yang in 805 with a guillotine choke.
Pour me another one. Good win for Jimmy.
Good win for
Yang.
For James Gibson. Bobby Roode is backstage. Well, Bobby Roode is watching as the ambulance drives away with his friends.
Minoru challenged you, Bobby.
And Bobby stares down the camera. Wow, I'm sorry, I forgot how to speak. And he says, Minoru, you want to challenge me to a no-holds-barred match? After what you did to my friends, I was thinking the exact same thing. Because listen, this is beyond personal with me. You cost me one of the biggest matches of my career, a match that would have took me to the top. I could be in the main event of Halloween Havoc, fighting for a world championship right now. But instead, I'm watching as 3 of my friends are being driven away by an ambulance. Suzuki, I hope you bring your little girlfriend Wendy too. By the way, Charlie Haas will be backstage too. Maybe that'll really tickle her fancy as well. But anyway, Minoru, I hope you bring your girlfriend. I hope you bring your whole family to this match to watch because I want them to see the beatdown, the absolute destruction of Minoru Suzuki at the hands of Bobby Roode. I'll see you at Halloween Havoc.
Click next segment. Oop, there we go.
Next segment. AJ Styles is backstage, of course, after his win against Super Crazy. And he turns around and he sees Kidman and he immediately, fists up. He's ready to fight. And Kidman says, hey, easy. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to talk. And he says, listen, AJ, I want to apologize. When I took over Thunder and I was in charge of the council, you were the first guy to hop aboard. You believed in me. And at the end of the day, AJ, I'll admit I dropped the ball. And I'm not in power anymore. And it really opens your eyes. I was not very loyal to you and you gave me nothing but loyalty back. And I'm sorry. And AJ's like, forgive me if I seem apprehensive to accept your apology. Billy, I don't trust a single thing that comes out of your mouth. You're a slime ball, you're a snake, and you're going to say whatever you can to advance yourself a little farther. And you don't have any power anymore. So now you're crawling back to try to strap yourself to the AJ Styles rocket. But Billy, I'm not interested. And Billy's like, AJ, I came here because I look up to you. Because I consider you a friend. And from one friend to another, I'm sorry. Remember your friend Rey Mysterio that you're so close with? You turned your back on him. But when push came to shove, you forgave each other. And now look at you guys are friends. Why can't that be with us, AJ. I'm a big enough man. I'm coming to you and I'm apologizing. And I want to let you know that if you can forgive me, I'll do everything I can to help you win the world championship at Halloween Havoc. It's the least I could do for you being so loyal to me. I will reward you with that championship, and with you as the champion of Thunder and me casting my wing and you sitting upon it, we can start climbing our way back up this ladder. And AJ's like, see, I knew it. You were just, no, Kidman, I want nothing to do with you. Get away from me. And AJ, like, he turns around and he just leaves. And Kidman's like, just played hard to get, I understand. Justin, we have here Taka Michinoku, the man who will take on the one they call Sting for the $1 Million Championship in the finals of the $1 Million Tournament at Halloween Havoc. Goes one-on-one with Dark Shark here. And in a decent match, Taka Michinoku defeated Dark Shark with a Michinoku driver.
Oh, man, Evil Uno getting dropped out by Taka Michinoku. That's crazy.
Crazy. After that match, Taka Michinoku turns around and Sting is already in the ring. And he doesn't say anything. He just has himself a nice little stare down with Taka Michinoku.
And he gives him a kiss.
Right on the lips. And our co-main event tonight, Rey Mysterio taking on Juventud Guerrera. And in an exceptional match, Juventud Guerrera defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. in 16-10 with a 450 splash. I mean, these two guys just tore the absolute house down, right? As you would. This is two of the very best on Thunder, and it showed here in this match.
As it did. Even with Hoovy off his game, still pulled in 99.
And then after the match, I mean, you can read it right there in the name of the segment. Rey and Hoovy, they shake hands.
And then they kiss?
And then they kiss.
Nice. What a show.
And our main event tonight, we've got The Rock, the world, the people's champion, the universal champion, taking on Bubba Ray. And about that Super Wrestling Great Heat, it was a physical fight. Of course, Bubba Ray, you know, he's a bully, right? He was very physical. He hits hard. He packed a punch. But at the end of the day, the people's champ was able to rally. He was able to get the win. And what an electrifying win it was when he defeated Bubba Ray by submission.
And that is Thunder. Nothing else to it. No post-show angle, nothing.
Nope. I used every possible minute we could have.
Rock standing tall. 92.
92.
I mean, it beat SmackDown.
It did?
Still another one for the good guys. I don't think I've lost all year.
Justin, what match are you looking forward to the most for Halloween Havoc?
Minoru Suzuki versus Gutter.
That's not happening.
Can it?
No.
Then I guess I don't have one.
Damn.
Really threw a wrench in your plans there, didn't I?
Threw a wrench in my plan.
Well, let's see. I was going to say Trish and Toyota, but I realized going back over your win and loss, I've seen that match happen 5 times already now, and I am less interested in it now. So I will say the big main event match with The Rock. He's got all those guys in his court, doesn't he? He's got Ray, Hoovy, Styles, super crazy, big five-way. What do you call it? Five-man dance.
5-man dance.
Cupid shuffle or whatever you want to call it.
They're gonna Cupid shuffle all over the main event. I think I called it a 5-way fight.
5-pack challenge. Was that it?
What? We could a 5-pack challenge.
I don't know what you called it. It was like, well, because when you announced it, it was like 6 guys. It was like the 6-pack challenge, and then you realized like, oh, I only got 5 dudes in this.
I think I just called it a 5-way at that point.
Let's run the tape back. I think you said 6-pack challenge, and then you're like, oh, there's only 6.
No, I definitely called it a 6-pack challenge at first, but then I think I just called it either a 5-pack challenge or a 5-way or something. Doesn't really matter. We're in the weeds.
It's the Pentagon challenge. All right.
The Pentagon. The Rock competes in the Pentagon at Halloween Havoc. In the Pentagon of Pain.
Is the Pentagon still running 02 after what happened? What other match am I excited for, Chad? I don't know. You tell me. I want Gutter to get his revenge.
I'm really stoked for this whole card. I think I've done a really good job at building up. I feel like all these matches feel different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the second straight recording of 30 minutes for you, so you're really getting the meat and potatoes on these Thunders and Nitros.
If people want me to bring substance, I can do it, but they might be longer because once I start going, I'm hard to reel in.
Yeah, I want Gutter to get his revenge, and I can't wait for Giant Singh to get eliminated by Matt Sydal. That's it. Those are my hyped up matches, Jen. Gutter against Suzuki, the Pentagon challenge, and Matt Sydal against Giant Singh in a high spot, Ultimate X kind of match. Does that answer your question?
That answers my question.
Thanks, Chad. See you then.